few weeks ago we messed about with some slow-mo photography when out filming with Andy Crow on the Woodies. Dubbed Chromo, the images reveal a lot about the shot pattern and lead. So, with a bright sunny day, feral pigeons decoying well and wood pigeons decoying sort of, we thought we'd give it another go and ask Andy about that all-important swing and shot placement.
People shoot different ways. Some people give it a lot of lead because they stop their gun. I just maintain lead. I just come through it. If it's a long bird, I just come through it faster, and I don't give it much more lead. People may say, well, it's silly, but I don't give it a lot of lead. It's just reading the bird, really. If you've got a bird flying over the decoys at 25 yards, not flying any speed at all, you don't give it any lead at all. But if you get one out 40, 50 yards, going like a bat, well, you've got to give it, well, you don't give it a lot of lead, you just swing the gun faster. You chase after the bird, overtake it, and just maintain the lead, just keep going with it. But where a lot of people, they say they give it a lot of lead, that's probably because they're stopping the gun when they're shooting. But it doesn't really register with me. I just up and follow through and shoot it. So.
Was it interesting for you to see the shot pattern?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was well surprised. Yeah, I was well surprised. Showed me how far behind them I am. As George Digweed did point out.
Let's have a look at a few of these birds where the shot is visible. We can slow it down even further to show the shot flying out of the gun.
That one was for you, George.
To understand lead, shooting a shotgun is often described as like spraying water from a hose, or even a water pistol. Indeed, you can try this at home on a small child or obliging grandad. Make them run across the garden in front of you. There is no point shooting directly at him as he will escape a soaking. However, give this elderly gentleman 2 feet of lead and we get a direct hit. This is not just science, it's welcome exercise for underperforming members of the family and provides amusement for the breadwinners. With these clips, the birds are close to the hide and the wadding hasn't had time to slow and fall away. There is a high density of lead striking these birds. The further the bird, the less compact the swarm of shot. Here, the tiny balls of lead are aimed in front of the pigeon, which then collides with the wall of shot sitting in its flight path. Today we're shooting over what was a field of peas, but there's plenty of spillage, and because they are such a big mouthful for the pigeon, it doesn't take long for the birds to eat their fill.
Yeah, on the peas, they don't need to be out there all day looking for getting a cropful. They don't need to be out there all day. They just come out for a few hours and they can pick up a cropful of peas a bit quick. It doesn't take them long to get a crop full of peas. They feed a bit later as well. Especially you get this time in the season. They've been shot at pretty hard, so they tend to feed a bit later on the peas. So, well, the time's getting on a bit now and there's still a lot of pigeons about. I was expecting to pick another 20 or 30 up before we pack up. I don't know what the time is. What time is it, Don? 5:30. Yeah, we've got another hour or so. We'll probably get another 30 or 40, I hope. At least. Yes, Dominic.
So, we had a bit of a dearth of pigeons for a few months, and now all of a sudden there's pigeons everywhere, despite the fact that they've got a massive amount of food choice. Are these pigeons that have come in from elsewhere, or are they all resident ones?
This time of year there's a lot of youngsters about. You start seeing a lot of youngsters from the beginning of September, end of August, September. So there's a lot of silly youngsters about at the moment. But yeah, they've moved down from up country. So I think they were more up country than down here, because we had nothing down here through the spring. We had a few here early, but then they all just disappeared.
As soon as the crops came off,
yeah, as soon as the crop, yeah, as soon as we started combine, I cut my first bit of rape. They just come out of the woodwork.
There are feral pigeons everywhere. They're not as smart as the woodies and they're a little bit more kamikaze with their flying tactics. Crow has no interest in them today. That's not because they're not a nuisance, far from it. It's because he's got his expensive cartridges with him. The ferals don't deserve that level of quality. However, sporting shooter editor Dom Holtham has other ideas.
When they start getting on the drillings, they get on some of the drillings later on, you just have to bite the bullet, and I used to go out and buy some cheap cartridges and just rattle into them with some cheap cartridges because they're silly as a sack of. They eat just as much as a wood pigeon. It's got a crop crown full with wheat. They're feeding on some flat wheat over the back of the hedge here. So really, Dom shooting these, he's doing them a favour anyway. I expect you go through all these, they all have wheat in them. But it's nothing to get. Sometimes you can get up to 5,000–6,000 of these out here. And they just get on the field and just clear it up. So, like I say, when they're doing damage, you've got to start shooting them. So.
Crow and Dom have shot well today, accumulating a bag of about 160. Not bad for 3 hours sport/work. And even though Andy was not here for the town pigeons, nothing goes to waste. Frying the breasts will make a tasty meal for top hound Ruby.